What is the secret of this enchanted book? What wonders are hidden within its pages? What magical spell does it cast on all who read it? What is the secret of the never-ending story?
But that's impossible!
You will enter a world where a young boy's imagination becomes a vivid reality. The world of Atreyu and Artax, the Rockbiter, and a good and kind gnome. A world that is vast and eternal, treacherous and dazzling, unforgettable and free. Yeah! For anyone who's ever made a wish, believed in a fantasy, or had a dream, this is the never-ending story.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Movie Watchalong, where we celebrate movies that are about to turn a certain age. We watch the movie, and we are joined by an esteemed panel of excellent people, I should say. And we hope you enjoy this presentation of Movie Watchalong. We are here to celebrate the 40th anniversary of The Neverending Story, directed by Wolfgang Petersen and starring Noah Hathaway, Barrett Oliver, and Tami Stronach, among others, of course. Oh my goodness, boy, we're taking a trip back to the 80s once again, because last week we were in 1984 with The Karate Kid, which was wax on, wax off. Now we get to dive into the fantasy adventure known as The Neverending Story. My name is Ryan of And Quote Channel. I am your host for these festivities, and joining me on this panel going back to the year of 1984, which may or may not have been before our times, but that's all right. It doesn't matter. We grew up watching these movies and they're a lot of fun, so why the heck not? Please welcome my good friend and custom gift basket maker. That's right. If you want a never-ending story-themed gift basket, this is the person you want to speak to. Please welcome Charm Celebrations Gata to the stage. Hello, Gata. Welcome. How are you?
First of all, Ryan, hello on this amazing Friday, and thank you for having me. I'm really excited about this movie in particular because it'll be my first time watching it ever, and I have it ready and propped to go, with it being silenced, muted, and the subtitles ready to go. So I'm excited. Thank you for having me, and let's get started.
It's good to have you here, Gator. Also join us, someone who has been away for a while. They've been busy with many projects, many things that they've been taking care of. But please welcome the OG, the Pink Ranger, the Maverick, the marketing genius behind everything you may or may not see on the interwebs. Please welcome Martha is back. The OG Pink Ranger is here. Hello, Martha. Welcome. You're muted, by the way.
What's
You're
going
muted,
on, everybody? How are you doing?
There you are, Pink Ranger. How you doing?
Good, and you?
Doing quite well. It's good to have you back. Nice to see your helmet is making an appearance as well, because we grew up in the 90s and we like our collectibles, so why not, right?
Yeah, it's always.
Everybody's got collectibles, right? We got a wall or a storage facility or maybe a shelf full of stuff that we enjoy the most. It helps. Yeah. But thank you both for being here. Now, before we hit the magical button known as play, and you're going to be watching us react to watching the movie, just to let everyone know, we are going to be watching The Neverending Story. You can queue it up on physical media or streaming service. We're going to start at the 00 mark before the Warner Brothers logo presents itself on the screen. We cannot show the movie here on our screens, respectively, because we want to respect the studios, the producers, the writers, directors, and the cast, and all that kind of jazz. So you may not be able to see it on our main screen here, but you are more than welcome to watch the movie along with us. Just cue it up to the 0-second mark. But before you hit the magical button known as play, I'm going to give you a chance to get to know Martha and Gata just a little bit better. And I think the answer's already been revealed here, but is this true for both you young ladies that you have never seen this movie a day in your life?
Yes, totally. I've never seen this before.
I second that.
Okay, all right, great. So I'm the only one who grew up watching this on VHS tape as a little youngling. All right, great. So I'll answer.
It just passed me. I don't know. It just is one that I didn't get to see. I don't know why.
It's all right. You're in for a treat. Let me just put it to you that way. But for those of you wondering, did I watch this movie growing up? Yes, I did. Yes, at least I did my homework. So I have two older brothers. They exposed me to this movie. They said it's a great movie. It's a fantasy movie. You're really going to like it. It's got a great soundtrack. It's got some interesting characters. And I watched it when I was like 5, 6, 7 years old, whatever it was at the time, in the great decade known as the 90s. So radical. So rad. Anyway, maybe that's an 80s thing, but whatever. So I watched it. I enjoyed it. I was terrified of certain scenes that we'll discuss later on in this presentation. But yeah, there were parts of this that definitely scared me, gave me one or two nightmares as a youngling. But still enjoyed it. Good soundtrack, good score, by the way. And the director of this film, Wolfgang Petersen, has directed some of the best epic adventure or period piece movies in history, such as the remake of Poseidon from 2006. He also directed Troy with Brad Pitt.
Oh, nice.
Brad Pitt, Eric Bana, Orlando Bloom, who I hear a lot of women had a crush on back then. Maybe
Used
they still
to,
do now.
no more.
No.
Used to, maybe not so much nowadays, but back in the day when
to be fair, it was
when he was Will Turner, it was a different story.
exactly.
No, not for
No, it wasn't
When I
Will
was
Turner
a
for you.
teenager,
Okay.
I will say this: when I was a teenager,
You were a teenager once? Get out of here.
the whole Will Turner aspect character,
Pirates, yeah. Mm-hmm.
but it was the long hair. It was his physique. It was his hair. It was everything. But then as I got older, I like it. He didn't look as attractive.
It's okay.
As he did when I was a teenager. So it's like you grow up, and then I like the person who I'm attracted to the most is my husband. So
well, yes,
like, he's my one and only. He trumps all celebrity crushes I used to have. So he's my own celebrity in his own way.
Fair, love of your life, ring on the finger. If you love it, put a ring on it. So it makes sense. He did that. He accomplished his goals. Well done, good sir. But yeah, no, I get it. We all have Hollywood crushes when we're a teenager. Then when we get older, our crushes seem to change. The list seems to either grow or shrink depending on who you ask, and depending on what celebrities you may or may not be a fan of. It just depends on who you ask. It's up to the individual. I don't say that you have to like this person, but it happens.
Right.
But anyway. Enough about Hollywood crushes. We can discuss that more during this movie if Martha and Data get distracted enough. I don't know why. But we're going to watch the movie, so cue it up to the 0-second mark. We're going to hit the play button, hit the magic button, notice play, begin our feature presentation, and go back to 1984 and celebrate the 40th anniversary of the Neverending Story in 3, 2, 1. Hit play. Here we go.
Here we go.
Get our Warner Brothers logo coming up here because once again, this is just to let everyone know, it is a Warner Brothers movie, and Warner Brothers actually turned 100 years old as a studio this year, which is amazing. And they've had anniversary sets of Blu-rays and DVDs come out to commemorate this historic event. And let's face it, Warner Brothers has given us some of the best films in 100 years. So
that's true.
Awesome. Warner Brothers has done a lot, including but not limited to, we had Tim Burton's Batman, right? That turned 35. We had the late great Christopher Reeve's Superman movies from the 70s and 80s. By the way, rest in peace to Christopher Reeve and Margot Kidder and everyone else involved who have passed on since that film came out back in 1978. Of course, let's see. You had The Goonies, was from Warner Brothers, right? Anybody remember The Goonies? That came from them. Yeah. You had Gremlins, which, by the way, do not feed. Exactly. Do not feed him after midnight, Martha. Do not feed your Mogwais after midnight.
Movie I didn't see.
That's another movie you didn't. Okay, well, I didn't see it until like 2 months.
I can attest. I watched that actually.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you watch Gremlins 2, the new batch, though?
No, I didn't.
You didn't
watch
see the sequel?
One. I only watched the first one.
Because people tell me the sequel's even better than the first. So.
Don't tell me anything. Spoiler alert.
Okay, well, I've heard, and plus a Smallville alumni of mine, John Glover, is in that movie, and I'm a big John Glover fan, so, because he played Lionel Luthor in Smallville, for those of you wondering where he came from. And he was also, speaking of Warner Brothers, speaking of Batman, he was the voice of the Riddler on Batman the Animated Series, was John Glover.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Fun fact. John Glover has been a Warner Brothers alumni for many, many decades.
That is crazy.
Which is... Yeah, it's insane. And by the way, they just announced, I think it was earlier this year, was it? Or was it earlier this? It was either, it was earlier this year or last month of the last 2 months. He just turned, I think, 80 years old.
Wow.
John Glover turned 80. So happy birthday, John. We love you, man.
You know what's crazy? How everyone we grew up with
is now older.
Yes.
Yeah, some of them are starting to develop gray hairs. Have you seen Hugh Jackman lately? He's starting to get gray hairs. Yeah. But then again, he's been playing Logan for 25 years, so that never hurt anybody.
Right.
And he's playing Logan again in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Anybody
I still
see that
have
yet?
yet to watch that movie.
Yeah. Has anyone seen Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yes, it's awesome.
It is awesome.
Tami!
Yeah.
They're like the ketchup and mustard.
She's like, don't tell me anything. We already know what cameos are in it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, everyone like to spill that.
Yeah, they even posted like 2 of the scenes on YouTube, Martha.
Mm.
Sadly. But if you don't want to know anything, Martha, just go see the movie tomorrow morning. You'll be fine.
Oh, I already watched it, so I'm good.
Or not Martha, excuse me, Gata. If you haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine, just go and see it tomorrow. You'll be fine.
Got you.
But there's a lot of cameos I didn't see coming, let me tell you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There was a lot of cameos. I'm like, wait a minute, these people come back? You got to be kidding me.
Facts.
And
I find it kind of funny that what is it? How many people am I thinking of right now? 1 or 2 showed up, and I was like, really? But hey, that's Deadpool for you. He's able to pull anything and everything out of the multiverse.
And apparently Elektra is in there too, because I was on her Instagram.
Spoilers: Jennifer Garner shows up as Elektra.
Yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember her name for a second, but
It was Jennifer Garner.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's actually. I loved how she played Elektra in her movie, and then
The solo movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Wow, a lot of people throw that movie under a bus.
I like that one. That was good.
I didn't mind Elektra personally, but it's not for everybody. But I liked it. I liked her outfit. She was, a high gifted assassin. So what are you gonna do? And she carried the 2 sides. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Just
a
like
Raphael.
Raphael.
That's my boy Raphael coming out of the shell there. So
Exactly.
that didn't bother me. Maybe I should go back and rewatch her movie now. I don't know.
You need to.
Is it on? I think it's on Disney Plus because it's owned by Fox. So
you need to. That's
yeah, I should probably go back on there and watch it.
But you know what? She looks really good for her age.
Are you kidding me? She's like in the best shape of her life.
Yeah. I'm working towards that.
Oh, are your life goals like Jennifer Garner Elektra life goals?
No, my life goals are to be fit and in shape.
Okay, all right. Because Martha was discussing this a few weeks ago when we did the entrapment. She's like, "Oh, Catherine Zeta-Jones life goals. Oh my god."
You know it.
Like that's one of her biggest icons she has on her Mount Rushmore.
It's so beautiful.
Right?
And she
still is to this day.
Good. Are you following her on Instagram? All these bikini shots. I'm like, good God.
Yeah.
She's on it. She has an Instagram account?
Yeah,
Oh.
she does.
I didn't know. I got to follow her on Instagram now. Thanks.
Yeah.
Just gave me a reminder. Something I'm going to have to do after I get off this show.
Right?
But anyway, for those of you wondering what the Bantha fodder is going on, well, at least we're attempting to keep things on the rails, even though we're completely not. And by the way, there was a video that dropped earlier this week. I don't know if anyone saw this on social media, but Marvel as a whole turned 85 years old this week.
Wow.
That's a milestone, though.
Marvel Comics, the originator of Marvel, turned 85. So
that is amazing.
They did a huge tribute video that was like 2.5-3 minutes long with clips from the movies, some of the TV shows. Obviously, there were interviews with Stan Lee and the things he's done. So yeah, feel free to look it up. It's on YouTube. You can find it.
Right.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
I sent it to my brother Jeff. You guys are gonna have to see. By the way, Jamie Hill's here. She says hello to everybody. Hello, Jamie. Good to see you. Hope everything's well.
Hello.
Jamie is waving at us with her emojis. He's waving they're pink, which means she must be a Pink Ranger fan. I don't know.
Love it.
Are you a Pink Ranger fan, Jamie? Let us know in the chat. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Whether it's pink or yellow, it doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong answers. By the way, Brian Thomas Donahue from That Big Sci-Fi Podcast says, "What's up? Just stopping in for a moment. Have a great show." Thanks, Brian. Love you, man. Hope everything's well in your neck of the woods, Brian. Yeah, they're bullies. They're chasing them.
Yeah, but is this set in New York? What city is this set?
Vancouver.
It looks.
Well, it was filmed in Vancouver. Well, no. It wasn't filmed in Vancouver. That was the sequel. Sorry. This was filmed overseas in Germany. It was filmed overseas in Germany, but I believe there were some exterior shots that were filmed in Toronto, I want to say, in Canada.
But where does the actual story take place?
I think it takes place in Anytown, USA. I have no idea.
Okay.
It's basically American. It's America, and it's Anytown, USA. It could be New York. It could be New Jersey. It could be Madison and Fifth Avenue. I don't know. I haven't been to New York City in so long. I need to go back there. I need to visit some friends too, because we have a lot of friends who live up in New York City. We should visit them. And New York Comic Con is coming up in a few months, so yeah. I think New York Comic Con's on my bucket list one of these days to go to the Javits Center. I don't know.
That'd be cool. I've been there. It's cool.
You've been to the Javits Center?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have to make it one of my stops on my Comic Con
You have
tour
to add
list.
to your list. You're close. You can just, hightail it.
I am close. I could hightail it by car. I could take a train.
Yeah, take the train. I love the train.
Take the train. Maybe I should take the train. That's what I should do. Plus, I got a friend of mine who can get me into New York Comic Con too. I should probably consult with Jeff.
Okay. So they said the storyline was based in West Germany,
Mm-hmm.
and then Bastion. Balthazar
Balthazar Bucks. Mm-hmm.
Bucks. Yes, thank you for that. You don't want to butcher his name.
Okay.
In DeForest, Washington.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. So it's in this Washington State. Got it.
Yes. While I moved quickly, I was like, I'm curious.
Washington State. All right. Hey, there are plenty of bookstores in Washington State. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, this is a Neverending Stories 40th anniversary watch along, and we are currently 8 minutes and 45 seconds into the movie where Bastion is running away from the bullies, and he's having a conversation with Mr. Coriander of the Antique Bookstore, which has lots of different kinds of books for different kinds of things. So he's like, "Well, why are you running away from the boys?" He's like, "Well, they're bullying me. I don't like it." Well,
Have you ever been like Captain Nemo, trapped inside your submarine?
Yeah, sorry. I can do mean impressions because I've seen this movie 30 times, unlike Martha and Gato over here who are doing their homework late.
I attempted to watch it earlier in the day, but
you got to 40 minutes, though. You got into 40 minutes. By the way, Kurt is asking us where we are in the movie, so I'm going to give you another timestamp here, Kurt. 9 minutes, 22 seconds into the movie. So keep your copy on physical media or streaming service and watch the movie along with us. Comment below in the chat. You're more than welcome to do so. And do not forget to like and share this with all of your closest friends. And if you're joining this live or what is known as a replay, we thank you for being with us. So there you go, Kurt. Hopefully that answers your question. Was that a New York Post he just put that book under? No, it couldn't have been. No. Did they get New York Post out there in Washington State? Did they get it out there?
No, it was like some kind of newspaper.
It looks like it was either New York Post or something. I can't remember.
But
Whatever
know
those,
what they need to do, Ryan?
Chicago Sun-Times? No, I'm just kidding.
No, they need to remake this movie.
No,
in the sense like update.
Do not touch it.
No.
Well, yeah, I mean,
to be touched. Like La Bamba, it's getting redone. I say no.
La Bamba with what's his name?
Lou Diamond.
Like remastered.
Yeah, Lou Diamond Phillips. Why would they remake La Bamba? Lou Diamond Phillips is great.
It was awesome.
And I've met him too. Have you met Lou Diamond Phillips? He's a nice dude.
I have.
He's a really nice guy. The next time I see him, I need to talk to him about how I finally finished watching all 6 seasons of Longmire.
Oh, Longmire's amazing. I love that.
I've only seen the first 4 seasons. I got to finish seasons 5 and 6.
Look, I loved at the end, somewhere in that season, that it was Ferg who shot that one guy. I was like, oh, crap. Ferg got some moves. I was like, geez. It was great. It was such a good. I love that show.
I got to catch up on Longmire.
Back in my home state, New Mexico, up in Santa Fe.
Hey, that's right. Yeah, it's set in Wyoming, but it was filmed in parts of New Mexico. Yeah, filmed in New Mexico.
It's funny because in the courtyard, I know where that's at, and I was like, "Oh,
really?
Yeah."
Where's the courtyard located?
Santa Fe, near the Capitol.
Oh, it is Santa Fe. Oh, nice. Yeah,
I used to work at the Capitol when I was doing my internship. In college, and so I used to walk around all that area during lunchtime, and so pretty good.
Santa Fe. Maybe I should visit that area one of these days.
You should. It's very historic and beautiful.
Yeah, never been out there before. Kurt says thanks for filling me in. You're welcome, Kurt. No problem, man. More than happy to oblige, because we try to do these timestamps here in the show every about 10-15 minutes, so keep that in mind as we go along.
Facts.
Yeah, we're just trying to keep everyone updated in case anyone comes in. By the way, we got 3 people watching us right now, and one person gave it the heart emoji. Let me see who gave us the heart. Let me see. Sometimes it tells me, sometimes it was you, Martha. Thanks. Yeah. That's a bit of insider baseball there for you. So Bastion's pulling out the book. Now he's curious. What is in this book? What's in the book? It's kind of like Brad Pitt. What's in the box? Anyway.
Right.
When did that movie come out? Wasn't that 99?
Haircuts back then on the kids.
Bowl cuts.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I mean, well, Martha, you and I know. Well, I think all three of us remember that. I mean, Justin on Turbo, he had a bowl cut.
Yeah.
A.K.A. Blake Foster. All grown up now. Although he did cut his hair shorter when he showed up in Space for True Blue to the Rescue, but it was mostly that was basically just a trim.
Yeah.
He still had the bowl cut though.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
really?
never understood people with bowl cuts.
I listen. Do you think I understood when Blake Foster had it when he was a kid? I didn't understand it.
Neither did I.
Oh, you didn't get it either? Okay. Well.
I like how these are animatronics that they're making.
See, this is the thing about the movie. It's practical. These are practical, creatures, practical sets. Everything's practically built. There's no visual effects.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's why I don't want this to be remade, because they're just going to use too much CGI.
No, that's true too.
Isn't that what Hollywood is so used to doing nowadays for $200 million?
Yeah.
And so many sequels to movies you don't need sequels to.
Right.
Matrix 4. That counts as one of them, by the way. Fun fact, the voice of the Rockbiter and some of the other creatures in this movie were all voiced by the same actor.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that would be Alan Oppenheimer. He was the voice of the Rockbiter. He was the voice of Falcor, who we see later on in this presentation. He was also the voice of Gamork, because Alan Oppenheimer is most famously known for playing the voice of Skeletor on He-Man from back in the 80s.
I never watched that.
That was after
that was more my brother's time.
That was long before my time.
Yeah.
Exactly. I have two older brothers, so you and I understand this. My brothers watched He-Man and G.I. Joe, where I was watching Power Rangers and VR Troopers, if anyone remembers VR Troopers.
And I grew up in the era where I watched Little Mermaid, Sailor Moon, Ronin Warriors.
Oh, I never heard of
Ronin Rangers. Huh?
I never heard of Ronin Warriors.
Yeah. No, it's a really good anime.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, take a look into it.
Take a look. Yeah, send me some clips if you have any in your back channel.
Yeah. And then they have a big white tiger. That's why I love the show, because of the white tiger.
Because you got the spirit and heart of a tiger. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's basically, Martha, you're the pterodactyl Power Ranger. She's the saber-tooth. Tiger, white tiger, saber-tooth tiger, whatever. Just any kind of tiger that they had in Rangers, she's all of it.
All right, I'll go for it.
She's basically all of it. She's like a saber-tooth tiger and the white tiger Zord all wrapped into one. So.
Facts.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You like tigers, so it's like, well,
Trini, born in the year of the tiger. With
Trini was a saber-tooth tiger, and then was it Tami had the White Ranger, Tiger Thunder Zord. So makes sense.
You know what's crazy? I prefer the white and black tiger over the orange and black. I don't know why.
That's okay.
There's just something about the white tiger that really stands out.
Well, not only that, I don't think our friend Tony the cereal tiger is going to get offended. Because I grew up eating Frosted Flakes. Anyone grow up eating Frosted Flakes when they were young? I did. Anyone else a Frosted Flakes kid and wishing Tony could come over to your house and say, "You're great"?
My kids actually eat it.
Oh, they do?
Mm-hmm.
Do they ever say, "Mom, you're great for buying us this cereal"?
Yeah, something like that. And then they incorporate marshmallows with it. Not the marshmallow cereal, but the marshmallows you get with the packs.
Mm-hmm.
And then you add it on top of the Frosted Flakes.
Right. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's different. And I'm like, hey, if you want cereal with marshmallows, why not just plop put
them all in there
marshmallows from the bag?
Yeah, you might as well mix things up. They're kids, right? You only live once. So.
Like Lucky Charms and stuff like that. That's one of their favorites.
They're always trying to get after me, Lucky Charms.
Good.
Yep. Oh, Martha, you're a fan of Lucky Charms? Okay.
I love Lucky Charms.
Do you remember when we used to dig into the bottom of the cereal box to get the prizes out of there?
I miss that.
Oh my God, yes.
With the color changing spoons.
Yes.
Oh
I had that. I had that in the color changing bowl, by the way.
I only lucked out with the spoons, never the bowls.
I think we bought it at the store, or maybe somewhere they were selling it. But we had color changing cereal bowls when I was a kid.
That's cool.
They need to bring that stuff back.
We should bring that stuff back.
Oh,
they don't have many prizes, right? They got rid of them.
Did they?
No. Which
think
part?
Did they get rid of the prizes at the bottom of the cereal box?
Yes.
Oh,
No.
that's a bummer. Martha, we should bring that back.
I agree.
Maybe NEMC should start a petition.
I agree. Oh my
Mhm.
god.
I mean, you run a very powerful business in the state of Cali, so you know you got some stroke there, girl. You
Yeah.
can
Possibly.
You know,
Let's see.
you got the power of the morphing grid back there in the state of
Yep.
California. So, considering the fact that they just rolled through with PMC this past weekend,
Yeah.
there were
Did
so many
you know,
there were so many actors there I didn't expect to show up. But then again, it's PMC; they get everybody from every series ever.
So with the Morphicon, I think it was in California.
It is. Is it in Anaheim, I believe?
No, it was in Pasadena this year.
Oh,
So-
Pasadena. So it was in Pasadena, California.
So Tami and Jenna Frank, they moved to California to be with Sky.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I follow Tammy's page.
Oh, do you?
She used to live in Houston, actually.
Yeah, her and Jenna were in Texas at one point.
Yeah, they just left like a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, they moved out to Cali.
Yeah.
Wow. I believe Sky is going to be at the convention I'm going to next month.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I like how they make smoke as the clouds. It's pretty cool.
Practical effects, my friends. Rockbiter is very worried. He's like,
Oh, it's the nothing.
so basically what they're saying is that the nothing is a powerful force. It's just ruining everything in Fantasia. It's destroying the land, destroying the crops, destroying the people. Like, it's taking people's lives away, certain things, and certain creatures are being destroyed. So they're like, we're going to go to the childlike Empress for help because the Empress runs this entire kingdom of Fantasia. So we got to figure out what we're going to do, right?
Right.
So,
You know what it reminds me of when you mentioned Fantasia?
the movie.
It has that Fantasia aspect to it. Because I was reading online that they have that Fantasia feeling.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see what you mean.
Hold on.
Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Anyway. I can't believe I just thought of that. Jeez.
Sorry about that, guys.
Ding, fries are done.
Oh my gosh.
That's a Family Guy thing, by the way. Ding dong. Oh boy. The random things we think of when we get on these shows, it's beyond ridiculous to me sometimes. Yeah, by the way, is everything okay? I hope everything's all right in your neck of the woods there, Gator. I hope it's not your DoorDash saying, hey, Gator, your dinner's here.
No. It was my son's friend who wanted to come and play with him. But
Play dates.
Yes.
Okay.
Or hangouts. Boys are hangouts.
Sorry. I keep forgetting the terms because I'm not a kid anymore. Remember, I'm a different generation. So,
right.
all right. Well, hope they enjoy themselves.
I feel like play dates are more for toddlers.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Your kids are getting older. They're getting taller. They're getting wiser, or maybe not so wiser. I don't know. It depends on who you ask, but they'll be fine.
Exactly. Oh, and we found.
What did you find?
Speaking of which, we found the nice colors that we're gonna do to our house because we're finally getting it at a point where we can start painting the house.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. It's like a platinum gray.
Sure.
With an ultimate white.
Are you gonna have white tiger wallpaper in your room?
No. No.
All right, because I was gonna say you are a Tiger fan, so.
Yes, but I don't. The thing is, I love tigers. I love tiger everything, but I'm not that crazed.
You're not like the crazy cat lady.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Who, this one?
No, the main dude up here. Come on.
The one with the
with the white beard. I don't think so. I don't think he was in Fresh Prince. I think it's a different actor. A lot of the filming was done overseas in Germany, so you're able to get a lot of German-known actors and things of that nature to help them while filming and be extras and be these other characters.
They look like bobbleheads.
It's 1984. What are you gonna do?
Before there were Funkos.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. Well, those two characters we just saw, they look like Funko Pops, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, where are the mini Rockbiter Pops? Do we have any of those? Probably not. By the way, Kate Hawkins is here. He says, 40 years later, this story still ain't over. Yeah. No, it's not. Because it's been going on for. By the way, Kate Hawkins, it's so good to see you, my man. I hope everything's well in your neck of the woods. Please follow our good friend Kate over there, a Cartoon Commotion on YouTube.
Nice.
He's got a great channel where he talks about specific cartoon shows of the 80s and the 90s. So,
Man, I
Feel
need
free
to
to
bring our nostalgia cartoons back.
well, we are doing an episode of The Meaning of Fandom next week, so that's exciting.
Nice.
And then Matt, who knows? Matt says what? Can we see what? Can we see the movie? We can't show you the movie here on our side of the screen because we're trying to respect the studio's rights. But in case you're wondering, we are 23 minutes and 15 seconds into the movie for those of you just tuning in. So feel free to keep your copy of The Neverending Story specifically on physical media or streaming service. Watch a movie along with us, and you can comment below in the chat your favorite memories, maybe some fun facts, because Lord knows we've relied enough on Gate over here to give us the fun facts. Like she's Googling it on her phone.
Hey, that's the fastest way to get the
Or her
information.
notebook. I mean, some people have notebooks in front of them. I don't know. Like our friend Dion from All Star Fandom, he has a notebook in front of him. He's got a legal pad and a pen,
Awesome.
which he uses quite frequently, I might add. Matt says, "Okay, okay, thank you very much. I believe. Okay, well, you're welcome. Hopefully, that means what he means.
It means thanks a lot.
Oh,
TS.
Tia. Okay, I don't know the acronyms because everybody speaks in
Yeah.
letters. They don't speak in actual human language anymore, and I'm like,
I
what are you
know.
doing? I mean, granted, you know, if I'm close friends with somebody and we communicate through gifts, we understand what each other's getting at.
Exactly.
Anytime I send Martha a Pink Ranger gift, she knows what I'm saying.
Yeah. Or Ric Flair.
Or Ric Flair, because yeah, exactly, because I'm a big Ric Flair fan, so that happens. Oh, UK English is what he's getting. Oh, are you joining us from the UK? Oh my gosh, dude, that's awesome. If you are, that's awesome, man.
See, we just became worldwide.
I think we just we just broke the worldwide internet. That's crazy. Thank you so much. Hey, Matt, if you're joining us from UK, thanks for being here with us, man. But anyway, yeah. So Atreyu is about to be recruited for this very dangerous mission of trying to find a cure for the Empress, because the Empress is very sick and she can't help save the land of Fantasia, right? So it's up to Atreyu to find the cure.
What's the character's name that's talking right now? What do you call him?
I forget his name. I can't remember. The head of the council, maybe? I don't know.
Okay.
The childlike Empress's representative.
Okay.
What's the person who speaks in front of everybody before they get to meet the real? The press secretary. The press secretary or something. I don't know.
You go.
Yeah. Does anyone know what a press secretary? Yeah, press secretary, whatever it's called. He says you must go alone. You know, this actor kind of reminds me of the actor on Fresh Prince that I think Martha was trying to allude to.
That's exactly what.
Are you referring to the guy who played the butler on Fresh Prince?
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, I mean, he looks like him, but I don't think that's him.
No, I don't think it's him either.
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
He's like his doppelganger.
Oh, you mean Jeffrey Doppelganger? Okay, well,
Yes.
I don't know what the actor's name is. I apologize offhand. But this young actor that we're seeing right now, which is young Atreyu, this is Noah Hathaway, who was most famously known for playing the young actor in the original series known as Battlestar Galactica back in the 70s.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah, he was. He was the young kid in that, and then he does this. This was his breakout role in Neverending Story as one of the co-leads of the movie. And later on, he grew up, because people tend to grow up after they're a child, and he opened himself a tattoo parlor. So he's a tattoo artist in real life. He's Noah Hathaway.
So the guy who played Kyron,
yeah.
yeah, his name is Moses Gunn.
Why does that name sound so familiar? I feel like Moses Gunn has been in other stuff.
Yeah, wait.
I can't remember. I don't know.
You know who he reminds me of? The Wayne's brother's dad on the show.
Oh, jeez.
So is this kid supposed to emulate this kid?
Yeah.
As he's in the story?
Yes.
Why didn't they just have the kid do this?
Because it's magic and it's suspension of disbelief. Yeah, I'm sounding like a Hollywood executive, but yeah. Let's see here. Oh, this is an interesting fun fact Matt likes to bring to the table. He says in the film originally Noah was going to be painted green. He was going to be painted green for this role.
Interesting.
Why would they want to paint Atreyu green? I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. But geez,
I guess
Matt.
to have a representation
Different creature?
of probably.
Maybe a different race of creatures? I don't know. Does anyone else know this?
Probably.
What do I know?
I
But
see a rainbow.
not only can you see a rainbow, these are matte paintings.
That is amazing.
Does anyone notice that? Yeah, a lot of the 80s films have matte paintings they use as backgrounds.
Right.
Which they did that in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. They did it in... I think they may have done it once or twice in Ghostbusters, Martha, when we were watching it, but... They could have. I don't know. By the way, this is one of the parts that scared me as a kid. Because we're going into a cave and it's raining and it's pitch black.
And there's green eyes looking at you.
Oof.
Yeah, scared too.
Jeez. Ugh. And it's a wolf, believe it or not. It's a giant wolf. And he's creeping through the forest there. You know. Yeah, these scenes with Gamork, which is the name of the giant, big black wolf that we just said, that stuff creeped me out as a kid.
Oh, really?
Well, it gave me nightmares. It gave me nightmares, remember? Yeah. It gave me nightmares. There are a lot of childhood movies that gave me nightmares. This one did, Ghostbusters did, Beetlejuice did. Like, all those films scared me as a kid.
No, there was one movie. It was like a horror movie. I jumped in the theaters. Like, I didn't scream. I just, like, jumped in my seat. And so, yeah.
Oh, he said, there's a joke there. Oh, about the Noah being painted green or something else there, Matt? Yeah, you're right. Because they were just lying down and he was in the greenery while Artax, his horse, was trying to wake him up.
Gotcha.
That's funny. And then he says, hey, we should take a break. What do you think? Is that a good... And then Bastion's like, no, it's a great idea. And then he takes out a green apple and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I had those for lunch when I was a kid. Did anyone else have that?
My daughter can't stand it anymore.
She can't stand...
I don't remember what I had for lunch growing up.
She can't stand peanut butter and jelly?
Or turkey.
I was more of a peanut butter fan than a PB&J fan.
Yeah.
Anyone else like peanut butter and jelly? Do you like peanut butter and jelly, Martha, or not so much?
Absolutely. It's amazing. I love it.
Oh, it's amazing.
Like
okay.
a lot of kids, that's their comfort food.
Yeah.
Well, I can't argue with you on that. Peanut butter and jelly. Does anyone remember those little peanut butter cookies known as Nutter Butters?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
Love me some Nutter Butters.
Oh man, we're probably making our audience who's watching us right now all hungry. If anyone needs a snack, feel free to visit your local snack shack or go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby, and get some concessions.
That's right.
That's what we say in the movie theater business, folks.
And Ryan, I've stopped energy drinks. It's almost been a month.
I wish I knew how to quit you. No, I'm just kidding. You quit already. No, that's great. Congratulations, because we hear energy drinks aren't so healthy for people anymore. So.
And sodas too, surprisingly.
Yeah, I don't drink any of those.
You don't drink any of those? What do you drink every day, Martha? What's on the menu?
Usually water or iced tea, no sugar.
Iced tea, no sugar. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I gave up Coke a long time ago. It'll be very rare that I will drink one.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't do it anymore.
That's fair. By the way, just real quick, though, because we're on Flashback Friday vibes, were you more of a Pepsi or a Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola.
I was more of a Pepsi. I was more, Kata and I were Pepsi fans. Because it's the choice of a new generation.
Right.
By the way, our Karna, am I saying your name right here in the chat? Is it Karna? She says, this is my favorite movie ever. Ever. Wow. That is a big deal. And she also says, obsessed anyone read the book? No, I've not read the book that this movie is based on by Michael Ende. Anyone else read the book? I didn't.
No.
Matt's.
This is my first time watching.
Yeah, Martha and Gata are new to the virtual movie theater experience with the Neverending Story, so we're trying to give them as much space as possible, even though they failed the test. We're giving them some, what do you call? We're curving the test here, as the teacher would say. Actually, I'm going to start teaching next month, so I better practice my teaching acronyms and verbatims and speeches. So Matt says, how many kids did the wolf give nightmares? It definitely gave me nightmares when I was 5 or 6. Trust me on this. I'm not kidding you. I am not kidding you.
Matt, I'm not going to answer you.
How many kids did the wolf give nightmares? Matt says he was a Pepsi fan. That's okay, Matt. You can be a Pepsi fan. I mean, there are Coca-Cola fans out there too. It's fine. Let's see. I had that. I had a little bit of Diet Coke. What else did I have? I had a ginger ale. I drank that when I was a kid.
I will say this: I tasted Diet Coke, but it tastes like
What does it taste like? Describe it to me.
it tastes like watered down soda.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Mm,
no! Why is the horse sinking? Oh
It's
no!
quicksand
this is the
or
scene
a
that gave
quicksand.
even. This is the scene that gave even more children nightmares.
Oh no!
Uh,
Sand is a thing.
are,
Actually, quicksand
Oh
is
my
a
god!
thing.
Oh my god!
actually, he's sinking into the swamp because right now they're in the swamps of sadness. This is the location of the film where they are. And Artex, unfortunately. Oh, by the way, they used a elevator type lift that was underneath this practical set to lower him down.
Because he's a heavy
Oh, this
creature.
is sad. Every time
This is what.
an animal dies from one of these things, it's like I can't do the movie. I just can't. I just can't.
Well, things may or may not turn around for certain characters as we get deeper into the
Oh
film.
my
I won't give away.
god! I can't watch this. Oh, poor
It's okay.
horse.
It's okay. By the way, Karna says Edward Scissorhands from Tim Burton scared me. Laugh out loud as a kid.
Oh, I actually loved it. I love scary movies.
Did anyone else feel threatened or scared by Edward Scissorhands?
No, but I remember watching that on the plane back from New York. It was on the.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Like,
JetBlue
was
might have
he-
done something.
By the way,
Was
that's
he
another
like
movie.
that
I haven't seen Edward Scissorhands in like 30 years, Martha. I need to go back and watch it.
Oh my god, I love that movie. I
recently
don't know why.
watched it.
That's how Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder got hitched.
Yeah.
And then he got the tattoo that says Winona Forever on his arm. Anyone remember that story?
Yep.
I don't.
Karna says I was always a fan of Surge. Anybody remember Surge?
No. I have to see it
Yeah, that'd
because
be
I have
me.
a better visual memory.
I think Martha remember. Do you remember Surge?
Yes.
Yeah, we remember Surge. Karna says this scene was traumatic for me. Poor Artex, the horse. Yeah. That's true. Yep, it gave a lot of kids nightmares, caused child PTSD and traumas, and then they went to therapy for 35 years.
Yeah, I hate movies that where the animal gets hurt. And I'm like, nope. If the animal dies at the end, nope. You know, people I don't care about, but animals, that's where
people I don't care about. Like if someone dies in a Wolverine movie, I don't care. But like,
yeah, it's
if a horse dies, it's personal.
oh hell yeah.
Puppy.
By the way, Matt.
Like,
Oh, sorry. Matt says sister found the swamp scene to be the absolute worst. He says, "Why name a horse after a ceiling?" Is that a ceiling thing?
Hold on.
Wait a minute. Is Artex a ceiling product or ceiling paint
I'm
or
looking it
fan
up.
or something? Because now I'm really confused. I'm really confused.
Hold on. I'll give you the answer.
Why is Artex named after a ceiling? I don't get it.
Okay. Artex is a type of decorative textured plaster which was popular in 1970s and 80s.
Oh, God.
It can be found on ceilings and walls in many homes built during that time period.
Wow.
I did not know this. Thank you both to Matt for putting the question in the chat and then Gato for confirming this fact in the studio. Thank you. I did not know he was named after a ceiling thing. Plaster. Anyway. Ceiling, plaster, paint, whatever. I don't know. I know nothing about home. Putting together a home or fixing pieces within a home, I have no idea. That's why I leave the professionals to do it.
And you know what? This kind of plaster is so annoying to remove.
Is it?
Yes, because you have to use a kind of chemical to remove it.
Well, if I didn't live 1,500 miles away, I would be down there helping you with this house right now.
Oh, thank you, bro.
I would be, because it would give me something to do and not focus on how stressful my full-time job is.
Well, look at the positives. Yes, I'm turning into TED Talk positivity. Be grateful you have a job and be grateful you're making money.
That's true. Yeah. I'll give you that. Unless I get this, potential more phenomenal offer for MDMC Entertainment, and they say, "Yo, Ryan, you're a badass. We want you on staff." Sure, why not? I could be your liaison to the East Coast. Why not? Because you're 3,500 miles away in Cali. I'm 3,500 miles away in Maryland. Why not be your representative for the East Coast? It's not a problem.
Yeah, that is true.
That's actually a great idea, though.
I mean, I do have connections, Martha. I got friends in high places here in the Northeast. So,
Okay.
You want to get some of your MDMC peeps out here? You give me a call.
Okay.
That's actually a really good idea.
See, I can't believe I just did this, but I just did an elevator pitch to myself to another company. This is insane.
That's awesome. I love it. Oh, this big old thing is a turtle?
Yes.
Yes. Her name is Morla, by the way, in case you were wondering. Oh, they say her name like 5 times in this scene. I'm so sorry. This is Morla, the ancient one. So apparently Morla in the land of Fantasia, just to give everyone some context here. She is like the all-wise, all-knowing sage that like knows everything about the history of Fantasia and how we can prevent like certain things from happening. So it's a giant turtle, but the only turtle that comes to my mind is Raphael, who apparently may or may not have been blushing when April O'Neil mentioned his name on her newscast when she says, I want to take this opportunity to thank one of those individuals for saving my life recently. And if he's watching, thanks, Raphael. Oh, you studly. Look at his face. Look at him. Yeah. I think he's blushing. I am not. I think he's actually turning red. Maybe not. Anyway, I love TMNT so hard to the point where TMNT 1990, that masterpiece of a film, turns 35 next year, and we're going to be sitting here in this studio celebrating the greatness, the perfection that is TMNT 1990. And I'm sure Martha or Gator will want to be in on this.
Oh, well, that depends on my job.
Well, it depends on your JOB. It depends on everyone's schedule. But I'm just saying, like, for future reference, I think Martha and Gator may want to be in on that because we all grew up on Turtles. So
I love Turtles.
Oh, yeah. My favorite was Mikey. Mikey and Donatello. No.
You do realize that Mikey was the one who had the biggest crush on April, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was Mikey and Leonardo.
Oh, Leo? Okay.
Yeah.
I was always a Leonardo fan, but I think I've come around to Raphael because he reminds us of the Power Rangers as a teenager with attitude. So
Right.
And then, so if Martha and I ever get upset, we just say to the person we're talking to, "Oh yeah, why don't you just take my attitude and leave?" All right, why don't you? I will. Good. We don't need you. Yeah. Sorry. I'm quoting 1990 all over again. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that is too funny.
Well, we're doing the 35th anniversary for what is it, Martha? We got TMNT next year. We also got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The movie turns 30 next year. So
oh wow.
We're all going to be sitting here.
One, right?
Yeah, the original 95 masterpiece, the Ivan Ooze one, because if you hit somebody in the chest, they say, you ooze, you lose. Isn't that right, Billy Cranston?
It is.
The next time I see David Yost, maybe I should have him write that on one of my T-shirts.
You should.
Well, it's either going to be one of my T-shirts, Martha, or I'll just have him write it on another Power Ranger figure that I have somewhere laying around.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well, it's either going to be that or a Funko. A Funko Pop would be nice.
So get this, my jeweler, he can do anything custom.
Really?
So Chris, if you're watching, Impression & Co., based in Sugar Land, Texas.
That's right.
I got to shout them out because they did such a phenomenal job on my pendant.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you saw it in person.
No, but I did see it on camera. You did show it to me in a video message or a text or whatever it was.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to take it to a kid's play area.
No, not where we were at the Sky Zone, for anyone who was wondering.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Sky Zone is a dangerous place.
Especially being kidnapped by a 3-year-old to go with it.
Jeez. Yeah, if anyone's ever been to a Sky Zone in Maryland or California, whatever it is, I mean, they're nuts. They're crazy.
I love those. They're cool.
So look, Martha, listen to this. This is the funniest thing you'll ever hear.
You're going to love this story, Martha.
This toddler, cutest little button-nosed kid you'll ever meet.
Mm-hmm.
He's like walking around. The counselors are sitting on the couch, not aware of he's missing. He grabs my finger. I'm like, Ryan, watch my kids. I'll be back.
Yeah, I had to watch her 3 children during this thing.
He had to play Uncle Ryan for
like 5 or 10 minutes.
And then he takes my finger, sits on the stairs, goes down, sits on the stair, goes down, sits on the stair, goes down. Then he takes me to his counselors, and I'm like asking people, I'm like, is this kid yours? They're like, oh my God, where is he? Where did you find him? I'm like, he just came and grabbed me. And my hair was like curly and puffed out and everything. And I'm like, I'm sorry, kiddo, I can't go with you. I got to go back to my kids. And then they're like, oh my God, you remind him of his mom. That's why, because of your hair. But they thanked me for returning him, being that I'm a good Samaritan. But anybody else could have probably kidnapped him. Wow,
that's crazy.
The stories we hear when you're in Sky Zone.
But you know what? It's better he ran into me than somebody else.
True.
So get this. I had a coworker. a long time ago, she
Yep.
ended up going to another company. I had already been like let go from that company as well. And so she
Right.
was like, hey, you know, I know that you're like, you know, not doing anything. Would it be cool if you picked up my kid? I'll pay you. You know, I'm so sorry. Like, it's not a lot, but I can pay you. And I was like, no problem. And
Right.
so one day she was like, hey, my kid gets out early and I have no idea what to do with her because I'm still at work and
Mhm.
stop at 1. Like, is there anything that you can do? Like, take her to a park, do something? And I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, I'll figure something out. And so it was raining, and I was like, okay, we can't go to the park, we can't go to the beach.
Right.
I saw a Sky Zone. I was like, oh, I'll just take her here. And so I
Right.
took her to a Sky Zone. She had an awesome time. I bought her
Yeah.
a Happy Meal afterwards, and then I never got to babysit her again.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh, and I never asked my friend why.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's just something that you reserve for like a special like moment or like a birthday or whatever. But like I had nothing else to do with this kid, and you know,
Right.
I asked her, I was like, "Kid, when's your birthday?" And she would like say what her birthday was, which was completely wrong. And the lady looked at me and said, "I'm babysitting. Okay, this is my friend's kid. Okay, I don't know her birthday."
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, okay," and like she had the best time, and
Right.
I just watched her have fun. I mean, it was fun. Like, and I don't know what happened after that. Her mom just didn't ask me to do it again.
Right.
So I don't know if it's because I brought her home full from her Happy Meal or what.
Right.
And so I was just like, damn, okay, well, I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna touch base on that. So if anyone's still tuning in, we are at 44 minutes and 13 seconds, 15 seconds. So I'm like counting the seconds as we tune in because Ryan had to step away on some personal matter. So I have to.
They were commercial breaks. I had to pay the bills.
So to that knowledge, don't don't feel any type of way if she doesn't want to be open as to why, then that's really on her because you just did what any good person would do, and that was her personal choice to take it the way she did.
I don't know. And like, I never asked her again. Like, after a while, I was like, oh, hey, is she getting off school? And she's like, oh, yeah, I have my dad's picking her up. And like, I
Yeah.
know her parents were like iffy. Like, sometimes they'd be on vacation or they'd be doing
Mhm.
something. So they could never pick her up. And
Right.
then after a while, I was like, hey, you know, do you need help today? She's like, oh, no, I'm good. And then I was like, I already asked twice. I'm going to ask another time.
Right.
I kind of just left it alone. And then I was like, well, if she needs me, she'll reach out. And she didn't. So I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And so
If. Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know if she just thought like I overdid it or like I
Right.
took a moment from her. I don't know. I'm not a parent. And I was like, I don't know what else to do. So it just, I don't know. It made me feel some type of way like, damn. Okay. And she's like my little homie, you know? And so,
Right.
and I
So.
went to Alaska. No, I went to Seattle. No, I went to Alaska. And I
Mhm.
guess her uncle is stationed out there. And her mom showed her my story that I was in Alaska. And she was like, tell her, my daughter says that you went to Alaska without her. And I was like, oh, she's my little homie. And
Yeah.
I was like, tell her I miss her, you know, and like, that was about it, you know. And I mean,
Right.
I still like her pictures and stuff. Like, there's no beef, but it was just the weirdest thing. She just like told me I couldn't do it anymore. Like, she just stopped asking me to do it. She
Right.
never said anything about it.
Have you attempted to ask her just to clear the air?
No, it's been since 2019. I don't really want to bring up something that old.
Gotcha. Well, I didn't know if it was recent or past.
No, it was back in 2018 when I was in the middle of my unemployment funk. So
Right.
I was just trying to do what I could, you know.
Yeah. But you know what? Don't be hard on yourself. This is what I tell people. Give yourself grace. You did the best that you could, and you were just being a good friend.
Yeah.
So don't sweat it. It was, she wanted to do this way, she wanted to react this way. It's fine, you know?
Yeah, and I used the money that she gave me for the day for that entire thing. So I used it for
Right.
Sky Zone, I used it for the Happy Meal. So I really didn't get paid that day. I was
Right.
just, you know, I was trying to do what I could, and I don't know.
Exactly. Comments. Let's see.
No, we're learning all kinds of true Hollywood stories, and we're also getting TED Talks from Gate over here. So this has been a really good show up to this point. Let me tell you. Despite the notes I was just handed by one of our producers back here. Gee whiz, I don't know what the heck is going on. But anyway, we're dealing with it as it comes. No, hey, look, past this prologue. We do what we can.
Right. And something I learned to piggyback off of that, something I learned
just gotta take it day by day.
Exactly. And what David Tutera taught me was leave the past in the past because it causes depression and the future causes anxiety. But when you learn to live in the moment, you find joy in the journey.
The David Tutera, the wedding genius. Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
And his husband, Joey Toke, he's also my mentor as well. I went to Rhode Island for the David Tutera experience, and I became a certified event planner. I have here it is. So, not that one. Ta-da!
Oh, cool.
Yes.
That's awesome. So, like, you're tight with David? Like, you can pick up the phone and be like, hey. That's really cool.
Yeah, no, they're really, really sweet. And Joey taught me so much on the mental health side of it, where if you get upset or if you're having a bad moment, you're never going to have a bad day, but you're going to have a bad moment. Just take 60 seconds, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and find your happy medium and reset. Because you're never going to have a full bad day within those 24 hours. But acknowledge it and be able to move on from it.
Yeah. I moved on. It was a long time ago, so I'm good. I don't know. This made me sad.
Yeah.
Well, you're kicking tail and taking names nowadays with MDMC, and then you got like MDMC Authentics, you got MDMC this, you got MDMC that. And I'm like, geez, I don't know how this woman keeps track of 4 or 5 different businesses in one umbrella. But you know what? I mean, if the person who wrote the song Umbrella, can do it, then so can you. So,
exactly.
I mean, you're kicking ass and taking names no matter what. So excuse my language because we're trying to keep things family friendly. But anyway, Matt Whitebread says, after the film was made, they did a cartoon series, which actually carries the stories very well. It's actually featured on YouTube.
Really?
I might have to look this up. I did not know this, Matt. Thank you for the information. You might want to write that one down. Let's see. Matt also goes on to say here in the chat, just for anyone wondering, we are doing the 40th anniversary watch along of the Neverending Story, even though we're talking about our true Hollywood stories and inspirational moments with Gata. Brought to you by And-I-Co Channel and andICoChannel.com. So feel free to visit. No, seriously, feel free to visit our website, the blog, the YouTube channel, whatever. I mean, we got plenty of these TED Talks from Gata on there for you to munch on. By the way,
Instagram. I need to go back to doing lives. I miss
them. Instagram. Follow her at charm.celebrations, and also make sure you're following at NDMC Authentics on Instagram, because they got a lot of great things going on there, by the way. A lot of cool things, as one might say. Matt says, after the success of Netflix's Dark Crystal series from a few years ago, Netflix are looking to do a remake of the Neverending Story. Oh, boy.
We had this discussion.
It's not happening, guys.
No.
Please don't.
You can't remake it. What was it? Crystal? Was Dark Crystal a sequel, or was that a remake? I think it was a sequel, wasn't it? Wasn't it a sequel? Remake? Something? I don't know. But Dark Crystal came out on Netflix, which I heard was good, actually. I don't know. I never saw it. I never even seen the original Dark Crystal, so what the heck do I know? I've seen Labyrinth, though, but I've never seen Dark Crystal.
Right.
Oh, by the way, there was another film that was very dark and similar to that one. Has anyone ever seen The Black Cauldron? I never saw that either.
That was a Disney movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I heard it was creepy.
Well, I mean, creepy to one person is...
Well, it might be creepy like Dark Crystal. I don't know. It might be creepy like the Dark Crystal was. I don't know. What do I know? So for those of you tuning in, this is we're attempting to do something called Stay on the Rails of this show, even though Gata, Martha, and I tend to not to do it anymore. Maybe I shouldn't have them on these shows anymore in the next couple of weeks, because we just discussed one of our movies that was discussed earlier. That movie, The Little Mermaid, turns 35 here in 2 weeks, and we're doing a celebration of that on Movie Watchalong. So I don't know if anyone's here is a Little Mermaid fan, but
I am.
Will that movie?
I was until I met Jodie, and then I was like, you know what? I'm good.
Why? Her personality didn't click with you?
No, I spent like $350 on her because I had so many things.
Yeah.
And it was post COVID. It was like 2023.
Right.
And it was at Rhode Island Comic Con, and I went up to her and had all my stuff. There people were handling her and everything. And like I tried talking to her because like I was trying to say, like, my dad was like King Triton. I married my husband in a uniform. Like, you know, I was that problem child. Like, and like, I couldn't even get past like the first part of it. And like, she just wasn't paying attention. I was like, oh, okay. So I just stopped. I didn't even tell her. Like, I didn't tell her anything else. Like, I just told her thank you. Like, that was it. Like, I couldn't really like say anything to her. She just wasn't responsive.
Right.
And from what I heard was that people that when she goes in the Disney community, because I don't know what that looks like. I don't know who's all in there, but
Yeah.
in the Disney community, a lot of people complain about her not being fan friendly. And so I was like,
wow, I did not know that.
I know, I'm sorry.
Boy.
All I do is come in here and break your heart with all the horrible stories I have about celebrities.
You shatter everyone's dreams, including my own. Thanks. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. We love you, Martha. No, we love you because
love the movie.
This comes from experience. It comes from experience. It's okay. It happens.
Yeah.
You know, you may like somebody when you're a child, and then when you meet them in real life, it turns out that they're jerks. So who knows? It happens sometimes.
Don't make your heroes.
Yeah, it's the old expression, right?
You know the crazy part about it? A lot of celebrities who are lifelong heroes and sheroes to a lot of kids growing up.
Well,
the moment they meet them, it's a major turnoff, and they want nothing to do with them.
Yep.
Or they're just doing it for a payday.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all know we've met. There's a whole bunch of them that go to Comic Cons just to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a weekend.
But Ryan and I got lucky because we both met Stephanie Nadolny, and she's a down to earth, amazing voice.
Dragon Ball. She's voice actress for Dragon Ball Z, Martha.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's I mean, so genuine. She loves meeting the fans, and not only that, she loves just talking about
the kids, man.
But she loves talking about pop culture in general. Like she's a massive. Basically, she's a fellow geek / nerd like us, and she'll talk your ear off for however long.
Yeah.
Right.
She's got so many stories about music and her favorite musicians and why she loves them so much. I mean, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
By the way, if she's watching this, Stephanie, we're going to have you back for, and I quote, part 2 and 3, because you've already pitched me ideas for what you want to do with the set, what you want to do with the show, and all that kind of stuff. I'm very excited. Trust me when I tell you. By the way, Alan Hutchinson, who's a good friend of mine, his name's Hutch. He goes by Hutch. Pizza Hutch is in the building. What's up, Hutch? Good to see you. And the 3 pizza emojis, brother. Love you. Sorry.
I'm like, what? In a movie, they had statues that were fully.
Yeah, they had something hanging out of their shirt. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, they're beautiful, but god dang.
they're very beautiful things.
Like right there is
anyway.
But that's the thing. That is not like a child-esque movie.
Yeah, it's not this not a children's movie? Why are we seeing titties? You know?
Okay, Martha just revealed the secret. It's being perfectly blunt. All right.
You know what? I love bluntness. But the thing is, what I kind of like about this scene in particular is the elegance of the lighting. The lighting that is shining between the two statues.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting.
I burned.
But I think it's the sunlight, or when I did notice they opened their eyes.
Yeah, they open their eyes and we're about to shoot laser beams out of their eye. I want sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their heads. Anyway.
But where is he going?
He's trying to reach the Southern Oracle.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, for those of you just tuning in and wondering, why are Martha, Gata, and Ryan talking about one thing over here and then they're talking about one thing over there? So basically what we're attempting to do is the 40th anniversary celebration of the Neverending Story from 1984, just to be perfectly clear. If you're just joining us and want to know where we are in the film, Gata, where are we at in the film? What's the timestamp?
It says 56 minutes and 38 seconds.
So if you want to keep your copy on physical media or streaming service, watch the movie along with us from the comfort of your very own home. Please feel free to do so. Share your thoughts or questions in those comments down below. And do not forget to like and share this with every single person that you know. And we also want to take this opportunity to say, if you're watching us live on the replay, we thank you so much for being. And I also want to thank the president and CEO of TED Talks Anonymous, Gata, for being here, and also the president of what am I trying to think here? Pink Ranger Superiors. Martha's here, so yeah, we're thankful for her too. Because we're all fans here. We love each other. It's such a sweet kid. Matt says Disney hid the Black Cauldron. They felt it was too demonic. This happened when Michael Eisner took over the studio at one point. Wow, I did not know that. And then he says, I've only seen that movie on VHS tape. I never saw it again on DVD, which stands for, I think it's digital video disc, if I remember correctly. Matt says it's a shame that Jim Henson never was involved in the making of the Neverending Story. Oh, my goodness. He would have... Jim Henson would have done an incredible job, guaranteed. And then Matt goes on to say, he did Labyrinth, though, and Dark Crystal so well for the time back in the 80s. Well, that's fair, but if he worked on Neverending Story... Well, here's a fun fact, Matt, in case you were wondering. Jim Henson, what is it called? Jim Henson Productions and Jim Henson's Creature Shop over there.
Mm-hmm.
They actually did the animatronics and makeup effects for the Neverending Story 3, which is a film that all of us fans and some moviegoers would like to forget.
Wait, so hold on. Rewind a little bit. So there's 3 of them now?
There's always been 3, yeah.
I never knew that. So
well, fun fact, the sequel came out in 89, and then the one that came after that was in 1994.
Ah, so give me a little bit of why everyone needs to forget, whatchamacallit?
The Neverending Story 3, Escape from Fantasia?
Yeah.
Because it's very dated, the effects are terrible, the creature effects are awful, and the storyline is not very good. Also, you had two very young up-and-coming actors at the time who was very big. The main actor who played Bastion in this case, Jason James Richter, was known for playing the lead in the Free Willy movies.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
So he's in Neverending Story 3 as the new Bastion, okay? And he's going into high school, so they're aging up the character as they're going through the movies.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it would make sense, though.
Yeah, but here's the thing. His sister, because apparently Bastion had his father got remarried.
Gotcha.
So he has a stepsister, is what I'm trying to say. So the
Gotcha.
stepsister is played by a very well-known actress, but her name I'm currently blanking on, and it hurts. But if you look up Neverending Story 3 and look up the cast, the actress who plays the sister has a lot of stuff under her belt as far as acting experiences go. So I can't remember exactly. I apologize.
Do you remember her character name, at least?
I think it was it Claire? It was either Claire or Clara, one of the two. Matt says, by the way, it's white bread, not white bread.
What?
It's okay. It's white. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Right. Okay. The spelling of his last name and how you pronounce it. I'm sorry. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Never mind, Matt. I understand where you're coming from. I'm just going to call you Matt from now on. All right. Let's just keep it simple. But thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. And I mean it in all good faith. Good fun here, buddy.
Right.
So it's... Oh, he says, yep, Neverending Story Part 3 was very bad. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Jack Black is in Neverending Story 3.
What?
Does anyone remember Jack Black? He's only been around for like 35 years.
Right.
Peaches.
Well, he plays the bully in the film.
Oh, he was Slip in the movie.
Yeah, he plays the leader of the bullies.
Mm.
He was Jack. And by the way, Jack Black has a buzz cut in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, feel free to look it up. It's on there. All
right.
Someone actually took the liberty of ripping the movie from DVD and posted it on YouTube for free.
Wow. Thanks, guy. Whoever did that.
Yeah, so if you want to watch Neverending Story 3 and see a bad sequel that probably never should have been made, no disrespect to Jason James Richter, who I remember from Free Willy. And Jack Black is a big name. He's a huge name nowadays, but yeah, it didn't work. Okay, it didn't work. Feel free to look it up online if you want at your own peril. But yeah, Neverending Story 2 was good. I enjoy Neverending Story 2, the next chapter, even though they recasted everybody. But who cares? They were aging up the character.
It's kind of like the Chronicles of Narnia. You know, those kids grew up, and then they introduced a new set of kids, and then after that, I just lost interest.
Well, they introduced the cousin Eustace in the third one, the Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, was played by a very young and unrecognizable Will Poulter.
Who's that?
Well, he's been in the movie with Jennifer Aniston and Jason Bateman. This is My Family or whatever it was. I can't remember. He was in that. He was in that kid. He was also in he was in The Maze Runner. with Dylan O'Brien. Anyone knows Dylan O'Brien from Teen Wolf?
That's a good movie.
Well, he plays the bad guy. Well, the bad kid, I should say, in the Maze Runner. So if you look up Will Poulter, he's in there. Let's see. What else was he? He was in. Oh God. Oh, he was in. What was that movie with John Boyega? It's with John Boyega. Oh man, why am I blanking on this? It was based on a true story about the events that happened at a hotel back in the 50s. Oh man. I can't remember, but he was in it. He played basically what I'm trying to tell you is that he played a very bad person in the movie. He was the antagonist.
Which movie was it?
No.
Yeah, he was a bad. Well, his character was bad, not his acting was bad.
Right.
Yeah, there he is. That's Will Poulter on your phone. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right there. That's Will Poulter. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He
he's got
aged so nicely.
He's got the beard now. He's got women chasing after him, having to beat him off with a stick. Yeah, he's doing quite well for himself.
He looks awesome.
Who knows? Maybe he'll become one of Martha's new Hollywood crushes. Just kidding. Could be, if you want to add it to the Mount Rushmore. Alan Hutchinson, a.k.a. our good friend Hutch, says, I'm a big Jack Black fan over here. Well, feel free to look up one of his very early performances in the Neverending Story 3, Escape from Fantasia from 1994. Matt says Jonathan Brandis has to have a mention. Yes, Jonathan Brandis plays Bastion in the Neverending Story 2, the next chapter. Unfortunately, we lost Jonathan Brandis at a very young age. Very, very sad. Rest in peace, Jonathan Brandis. I liked your performance in both the Neverending Story 2, the next chapter, and I also liked your performance in Sequest DSV, the short-lived television series with Roy Scheider from Jaws. And he was also in Sidekicks with our good friend Chuck Norris.
You know who he looks like, though?
So.
He resembles Jonathan Taylor Thomas a little bit.
Who, Jonathan
like
Brandis?
Younger. Yeah. But,
yeah.
Wow, this kid, when did he pass away?
Many years ago.
In 2003. He committed, what, suicide or something?
Yep. Very sad.
Aww.
Very sad. Jonathan, we miss you. Your performances in those two films and one TV series that I just mentioned, those performances are going to live on, buddy.
Right.
Trust me, because I watched Sidekicks a bunch of times growing up, and I still watch it to this day. And by the way, Chuck Norris is he's a neighbor of yours, isn't he, in Texas?
Not that I know of.
Well, he is in Texas, though.
City. I'm not sure exactly what city.
Well, he may live down the street from you, or he may live 200 miles away from you. I don't know. Something. But he is in Texas, for those of you wondering. Chuck Norris actually goes to a lot of Comic Cons. So one of these days, I hope to meet Chuck Norris and say, you know what, Chuck? I know you probably don't remember you doing this, but I just want to tell you what a big fan I was of you playing yourself in a film called Sidekicks.
Yeah.
Because it basically is it's basically the 90s ripoff of the Karate Kid. It literally is.
Right.
That's true.
Which, by the way, that doesn't bother me. Because I can like the Karate Kid and Sidekicks and still enjoy both movies.
Sure.
By the way, if no one here on this panel has seen the movie Sidekicks, it's on YouTube for free.
Right.
Okay? I'm just throwing that out there. If you want to see Jonathan Brandis in his prime, go and see him in Sidekicks with Chuck Norris, okay? Came out in 93, I want to say. 1993, 1994?
Sidekicks, 92.
92. Jeez, I was only 5. Yeah, look it up. It's good. So yes, Matt, we mentioned Jonathan Brandis and rest in peace. We miss him.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What TV show was he in?
Sequest DSV. Sequest DSV. With Roy Scheider. From Jaws, the lead from Jaws.
Let me look this up.
Wow.
It's on. I think it's streaming on Peacock because it was an NBC Universal show. So if anyone has Peacock, you can stream it there.
Let's see here.
The first season is good. The second season was okay, and then the third season they just completely ruined
Killed it.
Yeah, there were a lot of recastings and cast overhauls in seasons 2 and 3. So, just be prepared if you're going to watch all 3 seasons. I watched the first season. I said, dude, the first season is great. I'm good.
Right.
I have it on DVD, by the way. It is available. It is available on physical media if you can't find it on Peacock. It is available on DVD, and you can also find it on remastered Blu-ray. So,
Fox.
Which I believe is from Mill Creek Entertainment is the one that distributed the Blu-ray rights. So maybe on Shout Factory.
Yeah, he looks so familiar, but he wasn't in anything I watched. It's so weird.
Well, you can always go back and watch some of his performances. He was a great young actor. Yeah. Very sad that we lost him the way that we did.
You know what's crazy? I thought he was in. No, it was.
Oh, it was Sidekicks. Okay, yeah, I do remember this kid. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same kid. Yeah. Great movie too. It's on YouTube for free in case you want to go back and stream it.
Nice.
I might stream it tomorrow.
I know the movie starts with he was daydreaming and the whole class like makes fun of him.
Yeah, but here's the great thing about this movie, and this is why I love this actress even to this day, 35 years later. Danica McKellar. Okay? Danica McKellar is world famous for playing the iconic role of Winnie Cooper on The Wonder Years.
Right.
So now that she's all grown up, and by the way, she looks so gorgeous.
That's amazing.
And so beautiful for being like, what, 40, 50, whatever it is. Like, she looks incredible. And the fact that she plays the love interest to Jonathan Brandis in this movie, and there's a dream sequence where something's going on with her, I'm like, well, Danica, I would very much like to date you in 1993.
I'm going to have to go back and watch that movie again. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like full on like craziness that goes on. I'm just saying, like, there's a dream sequence where he's having a romantic evening or whatever it is with her. And I'm just like, dude, do you have any idea how much I would kill to be in your shoes with Danica McKellar right now? Like, honestly, Jonathan, do you have any idea how lucky you are in this country? I'm just saying. By the way, Matt says he was also in the movie Ladybugs with Rodney Dangerfield.
Yes.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I saw that he was in that.
And I grew up watching Ladybugs. And to tell you the truth, Ladybugs creeps me out.
Why?
Movie. It's just I don't know if I can really. I mean, listen, Jonathan Brandis is a great actor. I'm always going to love this kid, but like, I just can't. The fact that his stepdad makes him do this, I'm just like,
I gotta watch that movie because I don't know what the storyline is.
It's a very, I don't know. It's a plot line I just can't get around nowadays. Back in the day when I was watching 95, I could easily watch it. And I think the love interest for Jonathan Brandis is a somewhat popular actress too. I can't remember her name though. It bugs me. But I just said that, and the movie's called Ladybugs. I'm an idiot. But Rodney Dangerfield is in it, and then the woman from one of those, I think hanging out with Mr. Cooper. No.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey show. One of the two. She was one of the female leads. She plays the assistant coach. She is hilarious.
You're talking about Jackie Harry.
Yes, I love her.
Sister.
Okay, I love her. She is awesome.
She's hilarious.
Have you seen her appearances? I don't know if you knew this or not. Did you know that she was a panelist somewhat frequently on Hollywood Squares back in the day with Tom Bergeron and Whoopi Goldberg?
I do remember that.
Okay, so her appearances on that show made me love her even more than I already did. I kind of liked her in Ladybugs, but then when I saw her on Hollywood Squares and I saw what her personality was like, I'm like, girl, can I hang out with you? Like, you just seem so like funny and like chill and like down to earth and stuff. Like, I wouldn't mind hanging out with you, seriously.
Right.
But yeah, feel free to look up her stuff. I mean, I think wasn't she a stand-up comedian at one point doing stand-up?
She is actually.
Yeah, I should look up her stand-up stuff on YouTube. Maybe that's sitting around somewhere. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to meet her in person one day. I don't know if she's ever going to do a Comic-Con, but if she does, I'm getting her autograph. And we're definitely doing a selfie. Maybe we should get a piece of paper and hold it up like a square, and like she's a square in Hollywood Squares, and I'm the square that's sitting next to her.
Oh my God, that's
no,
funny.
Seriously.
I can so see you doing that.
We could get 2 squares. I can get 2 squares from Target or Walmart and be like, "Yo, Jackie, would you be willing to hold this up for me and pretend like we're on Hollywood Squares?"
Oh man.
Speaking of which, why don't they bring that show back? I love Hollywood Squares.
Yeah.
Seriously, I love it. We should do an anti-quote. We should do an anti-quote iteration of Hollywood Squares.
Mm-hmm.
And then Martha could be the center. Maybe Martha could be the center square, or she could be the one on the right, the one on the left.
Absolutely, let's do it.
We should do a Hollywood Squares iteration.
I like it. Let's do it.
That'd be a nice little crossover between Charm Celebrations, MDMC Entertainment, and anti-quote channel.
I love it. Let's do it.
Maybe we should do a crossover with Dion himself and All Star Fandom and get him in on this.
Yeah.
We should get a bunch of YouTubers and marketers in on this. It's good. It's good cross promotion, isn't it?
Exactly.
If you market one person, you're marketing yourself and everyone else around you, and that's good business.
So,
all right. So what's happening in this movie?
For those of you wondering, I'm sorry. We're talking about business plans that no one cares about, no one wants to hear about on a show about the Neverending Story turning 40. So what's the timestamp?
My question is how these murals that they have in the cave that they're at right now.
He's basically looking back at stuff that's already happened, but then he looks at one where he's confronting the wolf known as Gamork here in a second, and he's like, wait a minute. I've never experienced this. What's this all about?
Right. That's why I was like curious with the murals. Am I saying it right?
Yeah. You're right.
Murals.
Mirrors on the wall. No, I'm kidding. No, you're fine. For those of you tuning in and wondering why is Ryan ranting like crazy, we're doing the 40th, or at least attempting to, 40th anniversary watch along of the Neverending Story, directed by Wolfgang Petersen. Currently, we are how many minutes into the film?
An hour and 12 minutes and 35 seconds.
All right, so if you want to cue for Calpy who's watching or listening to this on physical media or streaming service, watch the movie along with us. Comment below in the chat. We would really appreciate it. And if you like what you see here, don't forget to share this with all of your closest friends. And if you are watching this live or what is known as a replay, we want to take this opportunity to say thank you for putting up with the insanity, the TED Talks, and the insatiable fandom we have for all things Power Rangers and Pink Rangers, apparently. Because there's a Pink Ranger helmet on the set. Or somewhere on the set. I can't find it.
It's over somewhere.
It's over here somewhere, laying around somewhere. I don't know. It's near the morphing grid.
Exactly.
Matt goes on to say actors such as Jonathan Brandis, Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, those child stars told the hidden truths about stardom. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
It's not easy being a child star and growing up in Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell
Not
you.
at all. And apparently they make them do sacrifices too.
Yeah. It's a dark world out there.
It is. It very much is. So please take care of yourself and your loved ones. That's all we're going to say.
Exactly.
And check in on them as well, because you never know how they're feeling day to day.
Exactly.
Yeah, we miss Jonathan. We miss, Corey Haim. Corey Feldman is still around, thank goodness. But
River Phoenix.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I actually went to the Viper Room.
Did you?
I know that he had died. Like, I guess they took him out through the back door.
Right outside the street, yeah.
Yeah, and I actually passed by where that happened. I was like, oh, crap. That's crazy.
How was your experience at the Viper Room, though?
I didn't go into the Viper Room. I passed it, but I walked around to it, So
how did this person pass away?
Drug overdose.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's a case with a lot of situations that occur with fame is you get attached to certain substances or certain alcohols, so...
And you get addicted, yeah.
It's called addiction. It's a vicious, unfortunate situation, and it's a vicious cycle to some people. So please, please, please take care of your loved ones. Reach out to your resources in your community, and let's look out for each other because, we live in a crazy, dark, mixed up world. So also, you can always watch the Neverending Story, and that'll creep you out. So,
but you know what? I love this wolf animatronic and how, he's stuck, but then he doesn't know what to do. And it's like his nose is so quivering and moving, and it's interesting.
And once again, this is Alan Oppenheimer voicing the Wolf of Gomorrah. He's a great voice actor. I've met him too. I actually had him sign an 8x10 of Falcor because he's the voice of Falcor, the Luck Dragon.
Oh, Falcor would be the one in this movie, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The Luck Dragon, yeah.
I'm keeping track of the movie and just making sure.
Yep.
I just didn't know certain names.
He was the voice actor, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Got you.
Great guy, too. I met him in person. He was very nice. So was Noah Hathaway. I met Atreyu, real life Atreyu in real life. He's a nice kid, too. Well, not a kid anymore because he's an adult and he lives in tattoo parlor, I think in California somewhere. If you want to look it up, I'm just saying. For those of you who live in Cali. Martha. No, just kidding. But yeah, I met Noah Hathaway. He's a nice guy.
Oh, dang. The wolf got something. He's going to get hurt. What is it with these animals dying?
Well,
Gomorrah needed to die because he was about to kill Atreyu. And by the way, for those of you wondering what happened in the movie, Atreyu just stabbed him with a piece of rock or a piece of sheet metal, whatever it was. And by the way, as they say in the movie Enough with J-Lo, self-defense is not murder. Did anyone ever see that J-Lo movie Enough? Because I grew up...
No, I've never...
You've never seen the J-Lo movie Enough?
I don't remember.
I love it.
Okay, look up the movie Enough with J-Lo. Who was the love interest in that one? Bill Campbell. Bill Campbell was in there. You also had Juliette Lewis from Christmas Vacation was in that as her best friend.
Yeah.
Oh, guess what? ER's Noah Wiley is in that too, Martha.
Who?
Noah Wiley. Noah Wiley from ER.
Okay. This is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie was in 2002. That's crazy.
I'm a J-Lo fan, so I watch everything that comes out. Except I haven't watched the last one that came out on Netflix.
Which one?
It's some AI movie. I forget. Here, let me look.
I was doing the same thing.
Yeah, let me see.
Feel the Noise. Let's see. Ice Age. Shotgun Wedding. That was 2022.
I saw that one. That was good.
Yeah. Let's see. So This Is Me Now. Unstoppable.
Yeah, I saw that. That was
and Atlas.
Atlas. That's one I haven't seen yet.
Gotcha. I like the space.
She was in she was in the movie that got a lot of Oscar buzz.
Yeah.
Hustlers. I love that movie.
One of the most quoted lines from her is "Get in my fur," because she's talking to the young girl who's trying to be the new dancer, shall we say, at the studio. And she says, "Hey, let's talk for a minute. Get in my fur." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, J-Lo, you're actually doing this? Is this real?" And she's like, "Yeah." She got in shape for the role. She learned from people. And I'm just like, "Wait a minute, you're at this age and you're able to do this? That's insanity."
Yeah, it's so good.
Right.
It shouldn't be possible for her to do it, but she's still, no matter what happens, I'm still Jenny from the block. Anyway, that song has been. I think of J-Lo, it's the first thing that comes to mind. Well, two things come to my mind. One, Jenny from the Block is a great song. And two, I still have not seen her early performance in that film, Money Train, with Blade and Haymitch, also known as Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes. I need to see Money Train.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, Alan Hutchinson, our good friend Hutch, says, "I'm glad I could stop in. Have a great show, guys." Thanks, Alan. We love you, man.
Thank you.
Have a great night. Be safe out there in your neck of the woods. And hope to see you again in the chat rooms of these shows, my friend. It's great to see you. But yeah, no. Watch the movie Enough with J-Lo. It's a really good movie.
Let's see. What was that one wedding movie?
The Wedding Planner.
Marry Me.
No. It was called The Wedding Planner.
Yeah, the wedding. She had
Well, The Wedding Planner was one of them.
Yeah, and then
Marry Me was the other one.
Yes, Marry Me was actually one of my favorite movies of hers.
I thought she
was in the movie Anaconda.
Kind of playing a meta version of herself, playing a director of a documentary crew. She's like, "Hey, we're here in the Amazon. We want to learn about snakes. Where can we find one?" "Oh yeah, John Voight can help you with that."
Facts.
Yeah. By the way, I finally sat down and watched the original Anaconda a couple years ago, and I was like, "Really? To me, Anaconda's The Hunt for the Blood Orchid is 1,000 times better than this movie." I mean, listen, nothing against a young up-and-coming and drop dead gorgeous for whatever age she is, J-Lo at the time, but you also had Ice Cube in there, you had John Voight was in it, you had Eric Stoltz in this movie, and I'm just like, what are these actors trying to prove? I don't get it.
Oh, man.
But hey, at least J-Lo survived the snake, right? She didn't get killed, so... Everyone else got killed, but she was like, "Okay, I only have like one person left on my crew, so where do we go from here? I don't know, find a boat and go back to regular land."
Exactly. And we got 13 minutes left on the movie, by the way.
That's great. You know what's even greater is the fact that if you get a chance to watch a good snake movie, watch Anaconda's The Hunt for the Blood Orchid.
Nice. The
Hunt for the Blood Orchid it's a way better film with a better plot line too.
Who was in the second one?
Morris Chestnut. He's been in a lot of films. He was in Like Mike with Lil Bow Wow back in the day.
Oh, I remember.
He plays Tracy, the basketball player who takes him under his wing.
I recently watched Like Mike a month ago, I think. I was bored and I just put it on there.
Well, you had Lil Bow Wow when he was like 13. You also had Jonathan Lipnicki from what's it called? What was it called? The one that got all the awards. Oh, Jerry Maguire. He played the kid in Jerry Maguire. And the Stuart Little movies. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
He was the child actor in the Stuart Little movies with Michael J. Fox as the voice of Stuart Little.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what's crazy?
The fact that I know all these random things about movies that no one's ever heard of?
No. The crazy thing is, like, they say Bow Wow in real life is a jerk.
Oh yeah.
Well, most celebrities are.
Yeah, but I mean,
plus, there was a TV series that he was on not too long ago. What was it? Growing Up Hip Hop in Atlanta, or whatever it was called?
Something like that.
No, I think it was Growing Up. It was Growing Up Hip Hop LA. I can't believe I'm saying this because the fact is that when I'm scrolling through channels, these channels just pop up in my TV. It was on WeTV for those of you who
That's if you have cable. We have streaming channels.
Some of us do, some of us don't. It depends on who you ask. But he was on that show, and I'm just like, dude, what is going on? I've never seen you like this, Bow Wow. What are you doing to yourself? I don't know. It was just weird. So I'm just always going to remember him as doing that hit song from the movie. They're playing basketball all around the world. They're playing basketball. It's such a good song, and it's so catchy too. No, I'm dead serious. Like, if you want, okay, there's two good songs by Bow Wow I like. One is basketball. The other one is bounce with me, ever gonna hit the floor, bounce with me, bounce with me. So if you feel free to look up that song. It's very kitschy. It's very catchy, Martha. It's very catchy.
You know what I like about, and I quote the watch along? Yes, we're watching the movie.
Or at least we're attempting to.
We're keeping people in suspense and wondering what the heck are these. We're keeping people
on their toes.
What not to expect. So
yeah, I don't know. Maybe Martha, Gata, and I should do these more often.
Yeah.
Because Martha's like, I am so bored out of my mind with these two. Why am I still here?
No, I'm more into the movie because I hadn't seen it. So I'm like, what's happening? Oh, sorry, guys.
Oh, it's cool.
You guys are having your moment. I'm just.
Yeah, we're having one of our BFF moments because we've known each other for so long.
Love it.
and we like spitballing ideas with each other too about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like she shares with me sometimes an idea she has for something that she's working on, and then I share with her one or two things that I got going on. And she's like, "Oh yeah, you should probably think about doing this." I'm like, that might boost the radar a little bit. Cool.
Yeah, because it's not just, it's keeping them engaged and entertained.
Plus, we've had a lot of TED Talks tonight, so that will get anyone engaged.
Honestly, who knows? Someone else might need to hear this too.
Maybe we should start a TED Talk spin-off series on this channel.
Facts. Because I can go nonstop.
Get charmed with Charm Celebrations TED Talk.
Oh, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah, we can either do that or we can do talk about being the marketing maverick with Martha. Coming soon to theaters.
That's right.
Yeah, we could probably do that on this channel if you wanted to, Martha. I can hit you up. Yeah, we can figure something out.
I like that.
You do like
what would be a good idea?
What would be a good idea? Because now I just feel like the creative wheels are turning in both Martha and Gata's heads.
We should do once a month, something like that.
That would be nice. That would be nice. We can work it into our schedules if we can find the time.
What do you think, Martha?
I'm down.
We should probably do a spreadsheet or a Google sheet or something. Google spreadsheet, maybe.
Google
yeah.
Or
yeah. That's what we should do. So Martha, Gata, send me your email addresses. We'll start a Google Doc.
Okay.
Yeah. He's dead serious too.
I mean, if you want to, we can, because Google Docs is infinite. We can use as much as we want. Doesn't matter to me.
Exactly.
By the way, Matt says, why can't they just make a film like this and just make you feel happy and alive and believe in dreams again? Something new to make kids actually feel and believe, you know? And then Matt goes on to say, 1 grain of sand is left in all Fantasia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Matt, that is a wonderful, insightful question. Why can't they make movies like this anymore? That's a great question.
Yeah.
You know, there's a video essay that you can find on YouTube of someone said, this is why the Neverending Story is so influential to kids 35 years later, and here's why.
Okay, kid, where are you going?
Which one?
The one that's
the library, the student, the elementary school kid.
Oh, well, they're walking, but then they look up into the sky, and then they're running away from Falcor and Bastion, or chasing them. How do you like it, chickens? Sorry, I may have just jumped ahead, or maybe I'm behind. I don't know.
Facts.
Sorry. Yeah, my studio is a bit on the fritz here. I apologize, but
all good.
Hopefully next time it won't be on the fritz.
Facts.
Because we're doing one not next weekend, because we have Meeting a Fandom next week, which I'm very excited to talk to you about. But the week after, we're doing the 35th anniversary of Under the Sea. You know, the human world, it's a mess. You know,
Sebastian was my favorite.
But I will say this about my good friend Sebastian. He is the best wingman I could ever ask for, because he's like, first we got to set the mood, you know, and then when he's doing his thing, when he percussion, strings, words, And then he's singing it, sha la 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 all the time. You wanna kiss
And
girl.
then Scott's like, screaming. Like,
Yeah, but then they peel him off screen. He's like, get out of here. We don't want you. I know that is such a cheesy. It's such a great romantic scene. And I'm like, dude, I wish Sebastian would be this good as my wingman.
right. Wait, now I'm intrigued. What?
Tell me the story. What's going on?
So what are you going to wish for? I don't know. So the Empress sees Bastion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he actually enters the world of Fantasia and is able to meet the childlike Empress. And then he also gets to fly over Fantasia and see all the characters that they may have died, but now they've been brought back to life.
Mm-hmm.
Including the horse known as Artax, for anyone wondering.
Or the ceiling Artax.
The ceiling plaster fan.
She said it's gone, and then she gave him a
grain of sand
of what was left.
And she says, all you gotta do is wish, and then Fantasia will come back to life.
And she told him as many as you want.
And then he just kept wishing, which means everyone kept getting brought back to life, and then he went on new adventures, which comes in parts 2 and 3, even though part 3 is bad. But part 2 isn't that bad, though. People throw that movie under a bus, but I don't care what anyone says, because I like Neverending Story parts 1 and 2. So don't come at me, bro, in the comments.
See,
and it's got Jonathan Brandis in it, and I like that kid. No, seriously, I like the kid. I miss him. I'm sad that we lost him the way that we did, but still, go back and watch Neverending Story 2. It's on streaming services. It's available.
Yeah.
It's good. And by the way, it's 10 minutes shorter than this movie is. So the next one's an hour and 25 minutes. And then this one is like an hour 35. And then the Neverending Story 3, I think, is like an hour and 30, 35, whatever. And I'm just like, dude, this movie's an hour and a half way too long.
Right?
But yeah,
There's
so
like 4 minutes left on the.
So he wishes for a bunch of stuff, and then all the characters that died in the movie originally come back to life, including Artax, by the way, Martha.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, so you're not traumatized all over again. So like,
oh, it's so sad.
Yeah, well, he comes back, and he's in the sequel, by the way. He shows up in the sequel, so he doesn't die.
That's why they made it a kid movie, because
you can't kill a horse.
You can't actually. Wait, there we go. Die.
Well, you can't kill a horse because it's illegal to do it in film or something like that. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, we did this last year. We did it with Three Musketeers. In the movie Three Musketeers with Kiefer Sutherland's horse gets shot and killed.
Oh my gosh.
Well, what happens when they're trying to escape from the bounty hunters with Chris O'Donnell?
Yeah, true. I love the original Three Musketeers.
Well, we did the what do you call it?
The Watchalong?
30th last year, yeah.
Oh.
Well, you can watch the tape. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It was an awful lot of fun, by the way. We actually did a lot of in-jokes during that show, so you might enjoy it.
Oh my god. That movie is like, it's just hilarious.
Do you remember the hit single that came on with the movie? Do you remember the song?
Which one?
All for Love by Rod Stewart, Sting, and Bryan Adams.
No.
It's a great lovey-dovey song. I'm just saying, you and the hubby could dance to it.
That's funny. The bullies ended up in the trash can.
The dumpster, yes. Speaking of dumpsters, because you and I were talking about this earlier, behind the scenes, by the way, not on camera. Martha and Gata, Day of the Dumpster turned 31 this week. The 31st anniversary of the Power Rangers franchise was this week.
Crazy.
Wow, that is crazy.
And then next year we get to celebrate 30 years of MMPR, the movie.
Nice.
With Gata and Martha, and I'm sure 50,000 other people are going to want to jump in on the panel for that movie because of how popular it was.
Right. And we're on the end credits now.
Oh, are we now?
Yes.
Yay! Martha is no longer traumatized by sinking horses into quicksand.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Because the horse comes back to life at the end. Spoiler alert for a 40-year-old film. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to say that some of our studios may or may not have been on the fritz during the second half of the movie. Don't worry, I volunteer as tribute on that. But hopefully it won't happen again, because I like to keep you up to date and keep the person who's watching or listening to this up to date as to what's going on in the film, and also timestamps. Timestamps are sincerely important. I want to thank Gata for doing the timestamps here on the show tonight. But I do want to take this opportunity to say, I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope the people who are watching this have enjoyed it. So, Gata, final thoughts on this movie on a scale of 1 to 10. What are you going to give specifically the Neverending Story, and not for the fact that for the last 95 minutes or so, we've been talking about creative ideas and how we can expand our businesses.
Honestly, I'll give it an 8 because it's my first time watching it. 2,
Spoilers.
It's very nostalgic. Just everything, the animatronics, the characters, it's very well rounded. But in my personal opinion, I wouldn't give it a 10.
You are giving it, or you want to?
8.
Oh, you give it an 8. Okay, I was like, where are you going with this? All right, so 8 out of 10. That's good. So basically, it means you enjoyed it. It's just no, Shakespeare. It's not perfect.
Exactly. If it's not in my visuals,
right?
Like, let's say Twilight, for example.
We don't talk about that franchise. We don't talk about that. Yeah.
I'm just using it as an example.
Martha and I made it a rule. You can't use the word Twilight on these shows.
Absolutely not.
Because otherwise, we're gonna just leave. No, I'm kidding. No, it's fine. No, it's all right. Go ahead. Continue your statement before I turn things over to Martha.
Honestly, it really makes me appreciate the graphics from
Practical
the
effects.
80s versus today, where it's not all CGI, where it's more natural and more hands-on, where nowadays with technology and this, you don't get that same feeling. Yes, the graphics are phenomenal, but you don't get that nostalgic feeling that you're a part of the movie, that they took hours on creating a set, the rocks, the clouds, the thunder, all of it, the animatronics. It probably took them months, even
long time,
probably 5 to 10 years before they finished everything and breaking the scenes down in segments and everything of that nature.
Yeah,
that's fair. Well, it makes sense. Yeah, they built these sets. It took a very long time, many, many months, a lot of planning, a lot of staging. Obviously, there were blueprints made, there were architectural plans made, and that sort of thing. So, and they shot this overseas in Germany because Wolfgang Petersen is German. So they were able to get a lot of German crew members to help make the movie. They got a lot of people who are very experienced in puppeteering and animatronics and technology and that sort of deal. So, fun fact, there is a behind-the-scenes documentary on the Neverending Story 30th anniversary Blu-ray disc, and I believe someone may have posted it on YouTube for people to watch who don't have access to the Blu-ray. So feel free to look up the making of the Neverending Story. I'm sure you can find something there that might be educational for the viewer or listener who may be watching this right now. So, Martha, first time watching this, first time getting childhood-induced trauma that you're probably going to have PTSD on for a few days, but you'll get over it. Hey, Munchkin, good to see you. Say hi to Venom for me on Venom 3. Exactly, Venom 3, The Last Dance. It's coming out very soon. But make sure you buy your tickets at your local Cineplex. Hashtag not sponsor of this presentation. So, Martha, final thought on this movie, and on a scale of 1 to 10, what are you going to give the Neverending Story, despite the fact that you were upset that the horse briefly took a nap?
Yeah, I give it a 6. I had a hard time trying to follow it. I'm like, what's happening now? What's happening here? I know
Munchkin.
I had to ask you guys a couple things. I mean, it's cool. I do like it. Does take you back to the 80s. It does take you back to your childhood, and I mean, I love the effort they put into it. It kind of reminds me of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, kind of like those types of things, like the way they film that. And so, yeah, I think for what it is, it looks really good. I think I have to watch it again to like get the whole concept, but yeah, I loved it. I think it was an interesting story, but I'm going to give it another try. So, but for now, I'll give it a 6.
That's fair. That's fair. Plus, we were talking about how to expand your business and grow your empire. So,
yeah,
you kind of get distracted when you put the spotlight on Martha's businesses, ventures, and then Data's business ventures and all this other stuff that she's doing in the great state of Texas, you're doing in the great state of Cali, and then the stuff I'm doing here in the Northeast, and maybe or may not be an NDMC's representative or future representation.
Hit, Martha.
Who knows? Who knows? We're gonna have to talk some numbers, talk off some deals, and sign some paperwork if you and I want to have a conversation about this backstage. But with all due respect, for the Neverending Story, just to keep things on the rails here for a minute, I grew up watching this movie, and this is a childhood favorite of mine. Still is to this day, 40 years later. I enjoy this movie. I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. I still think some of the scenes with Gamora creep me out. Even though I'm much older, I'm a little wiser, and I'm getting gray hairs in weird places.
Oh my God.
But no, I'm kidding. That's something my friend Wayne Campbell taught me a few years ago. I feel like I'm turning into Sasquatch. Anyway, I'm just kidding, ladies. I know that's something you don't want to hear a gentleman say out loud to the public, but listen, this is a fun movie. It's got a solid soundtrack, great score, by the way, great score. I want to give props to the person who did the score, Giorgio Mortar, I believe is this person's name. Great stuff. And Lamal did the singing of The Neverending Story. Go back and I sent Martha the link to the original song. Feel free to go back and listen to that. It's very cheesy, very 80s, but you get the drift.
Got it.
8 out of 10, good film. There's some lessons to be learned here as an adult. I mean, children can get something out of this, but I think adults, much now that we're a little older, a little wiser, some of us may or may not already have the gray hairs growing in the back of our heads.
Yeah.
You can learn something from this. And Gamork mentioned something very pivotal in that scene where he's talking with Atreyu, where he says, people who have begun to lose hope or don't dream anymore, like they don't have any dreams about what they want to do and stuff like that, are easy to manipulate and control. So I'm like, ooh, that's interesting stuff, man. That's insightful stuff. So you got to keep you got to be on your fingers and your toes there. So
for sure.
There's some hidden meaning behind some of the stuff that was said in this movie. So feel free to go back, look it up. There's a video essay about this on YouTube as well. I can't remember the name of it, but feel free to look it up. 8 out of 10. I want to say congratulations to the entire cast and crew of The Neverending Story for putting this movie together. Wolfgang Petersen was the director. Great job, man. You've done some great films in my life, including Troy. Is there no one else? Or Poseidon, the remake of Poseidon. Listen, I like Poseidon. I don't care what the haters say. That movie turns 20 in 2 years, and I'm gonna proudly sit here in the studio and do a 20th anniversary watch along for Poseidon with Josh Lucas, Richard Dreyfuss, Kurt Russell, Emmy Rossum, Mike Vogel. Okay, that's a big name cast. All right. So, plus, Emmy Rossum is one of the most gorgeous women on the planet. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Look her up. She's done a lot of stuff in the last 20 years. So we're going to be sitting here talking about that. But in the meantime, thank you so much for being with us. If you have any thoughts on this movie, by all means, let us know in those comments in the chat, whether you're joining us live or on the replay. Thank you so much for joining us and joining the insanity and the business decisions that may or may not have been made during the course of this presentation. So, Gata, if someone wants to know more about you and some of the things that you're doing, where can they follow you on social media specifically? Gata, the floor is yours.
Specifically, well, first and foremost, Ryan, I just want to say thank you for taking the time to invite me on this watch along. You guys can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all charm.celebrations, all across the board, even Twitter as well, but I'm barely on there. I mainly use Instagram and TikTok and I just need to build on my content on YouTube. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm more than happy to answer any and all gift basket questions. All right. Thank you. And back to you, Ryan.
Yeah, maybe we'll get you to make a Neverending Story gift basket. You never know. Crazier things have happened on this set and on the show and on this channel, so you never know. Martha, the marketing maverick, the president and CEO of Pink Rangers Anonymous, MDMC Entertainment, MDMC Authentic, MDMC, 100 other things, because you're doing a billion things that I can't begin to keep up with. But if someone wants to know more about you and your eclectic taste in movies and celebrity crushes, where can they follow you?
So you can find my personal account at Martha D. Staub. That's my personal account. And then, of course, you can follow my company, MDMC Entertainment. This is where my marketing expertise lives. And then, of course, if you really want signed Funkos from like really awesome people, go to MDMC Authentics. And as of right now, MDMC Talent isn't too busy, but we do stuff on there too. So you can find me there. And I also, Ryan, thank you so much for being so patient with me. I was trying to figure out if I had this movie or not on my Vudu. But I appreciate it. I owe you a couple shows. I apologize. But we had a lot of fun in the last two that we did. So I owe you some shows. But thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Do greatly appreciate it. Congratulations on everything you and Gata are doing. We wish you the best of luck with everything that you have coming up moving forward. Stay pink there, Pink Ranger, and I'll see you in the morphing grid here momentarily. So, sorry, we grew up as Power Rangers fans, the three of us here, because we're all brothers and sisters in that fandom. And it's fun to talk about that stuff sometimes, maybe all the time. I don't know. I mean, how many times have I watched Day at the Dumpster? 100 million times. I have no shame in saying that. I have no shame. Anyway. My name is Ryan of Anecdotes Channel. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you want to know more about the craziness and nerdiness that ensues on Ryan RPM5. Follow us across all forms of social media simply at Anecdotes Channel. Links are located in the description below. Links to where you can follow Martha and Gata are going to be located in the description below as well. Also, we're this close to hitting 5,000 subscribers. Once we do, we'll go through a great big live stream celebration. It's going to include returning favorites. Maybe Martha and Gata will share with us some of their Power Ranger memories. Or maybe their Hollywood crush list. I mean, I know they probably got 4 or 5 people they're probably thinking of right now. But anyway, we're going to have special guests, return guests. We're going to have special giveaways that you, the incredible viewer or subscriber, is going to be able to win on this very celebration when it does come about. Movie watch-alongs are on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Friday of every month at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the Meaning of Fandom is going to be back next week, Friday, September the 6th. We're doing a new episode of the Meaning of Fandom where we gather people together. They share with us and with you a particular character or fandom that means something special to them and why. And believe me when I tell you, that's going to be, well, what's the word we use, Martha? More phenomenal. That's what we use. So it's coming. Get ready. Set your alarm, set your watches, all the kind of jazz. All the links to where you can follow us and some of the other great things we have coming up are going to be located in the description below. Once again, like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell to be notified when our videos go up or they go live. And remember, life is better when watching movies with friends. And happy 40th anniversary to the entire cast and crew of the classic, The Neverending Story.
What is the secret of this enchanted book? What wonders are hidden within its pages? What magical spell does it cast on all who read it? What is the secret of the never-ending story?
But that's impossible!
Enter a world where a young boy's imagination becomes a vivid reality. The world of Atreyu and Artax, the Rockbiter, and a good and kind gnome. A world that is vast and eternal, treacherous and dazzling, unforgettable and free. Yeah! For anyone who's ever made a wish, believed in a fantasy, or had a dream, this is the never-ending story.
All right, I'm a little tired, I'm a little wired, and I think I deserve a little appreciation.